toughest roads, the toughest cars. This is the third and final day of the Acropolis Rally of Greece. Traditionally hot and dusty conditions of the Acropolis have instead been replaced with unpredictable weather, making this year's event a real lottery with some very difficult driving conditions. Well, we didn't have to wait long for a battle that would push Sebastian Loeb and Jari-Matti Latvala, the finest drivers of their generation, up to and over the limit. Latvala took the early advantage in Greece, but it was Loeb who ended the first day on top. Just 6.5 seconds separated them going into day two. And the battle resumed on Saturday morning, and Latvala was on it immediately. He closed the gap to within a second of the Citroen driver. Both drivers were on the ultimate ragged edge. 3 stages later, just 2.2 seconds separated the pair going into the afternoon loop. This was a battle of the best. Ford versus Citroen and Latvala versus Loeb with 0 margin for error. It was a case of who made the first mistake. This time it was the Finn and Ford whose luck ran out first.
I'm flat out. No chance to go fast.
Are you really flat out?
Yeah, really.
Latvala's woes elevated his compatriot Mikko Hirvonen up to 3rd place after what had been an underwhelming start to the rally. Hirvonen now found himself in a strong point scoring position. His next target, the Ford of Peter Solberg.
It's my mistake. I went slightly wide in the beginning of the stage. I hit the bank. It didn't feel hard. It was a little touch. But I think there was something sharp and broke the tire, so very, very disappointing.
So Latvala obviously out of the battle with Loeb, and it was Mikko Hirvonen who benefited from that. Up into the point scoring position, up into the podium position. But further back, Norway's Mads Osberg was clawing his way back into contention after a difficult start to the rally, although he did have to contend with a surprise rain shower on stage 16, making driving conditions treacherous.
Till full höger över sprätt. 40 kort 4 höger som öppnar halvlång och nummer 4 nummer 10 kort 3 minus. Bara överlev här nu. 3 vänster, 30 nummer 3 minus här nu.
Oh my God, there's nothing else to do than smile, because I think I could have run quicker through it, or I would probably fall over, but the speed was not impressive.
With his teammate out of the fight, Ford's charge now fell on the shoulders of Peter Solberg. The Norwegian responded valiantly. He closed the gap to Loeb to just 10 seconds by the end of day 2.
Bloody hell, I lost 14 seconds the first day and 10 yesterday. So it should go a little bit in my favor now, a little bit, you know, because speed is there and we have also a good fun.
Well, the fight was back on. The Greek gods were on the side of Solberg. The charging Norwegian was reeling in the Frenchman, but despite losing ground in the afternoon, the world champion was up for the fight heading into the final day.
He was very fast. He's again 3 or 4 seconds faster than me in the stage. So will be a fight tomorrow.
So at the end of the day, it's Sebastian Loeb who leads. Peter Solberg just 10.2 seconds behind. Mikko Hirvonen has nothing to risk in a very safe third place. After his problems, Latvala lies fourth with Osberg in fifth and Martin Prokop rounding out the top six. Well, we have 5 stages ahead to decide the outcome of this challenging event. It's an identical route to the previous season out to the east of Rally HQ Loutraki, with 2 stages repeated once, followed by the end of day Rally Power stage, where bonus points are on offer for the top 3 finishers. And this is how the crews line up for the final day. Brazilian drivers Paulo Nobre and Daniel Oliveira are first into the stages. But the main interest lies further back, with the drivers fighting for victory, Solberg and Loeb starting 12th and 13th on the road. So it's into the first stage of the morning, stage 18, Agi Theodori. Jules, a legendary stage this one the drivers really enjoy. Nasser Al-Attiyah, he's first up.
That's it, it's a rough stage, and also the last 6Ks of this were the qualifying stage, so it's a real difficult stage and very, very rough.
Day from yesterday, we saw the rain at the end of yesterday, a nice dry day today.
That's it, little water splash here.
But Nasser with big problems there, Jules.
That's it, it seemed to get a big compression as he came through the water splash.
That's a huge impact. You can see Giovanni in the co-driver's seat very wide about that one. Let's watch it again. Ooh.
Right up on the nose.
Suddenly, you know, we have a big kick, and the car just was in the nose, and after we crash and we lose the water from the engine, but yeah, game over. But we try do good time in the stage.
Well, very much game over Nasser Al-Attiyah. He is out of the Acropolis Rally. But Andreas Mikkelsen, another one to have problems in the first stage, Jules.
As I said, a misheard pace note by Andreas there, and he wasn't sure which it was, but it wasn't going any further. Look at that.
Yeah, that's very much game over, really, for Andreas Mikkelsen. These guys making repairs, but that unrepairable. Mads Osberg, though, Jules, what a good event he's been having. Steady, not the best of pace, but a good, steady event for him.
Well, it has been. He's had a fair few problems when you think about it. And another one just there, very, very lucky, a little bit of a spin. Struggling with his brakes in here, but the position is great for a Mads.
Absolutely, but Jari-Matti Latvala, well, what more can he do? Not an awful lot. In third place after that problem yesterday. Yeah,
he's absolutely gutted with that problem. I mean, I don't really know what he has to do to get a break at the moment, but he's blindingly fast. He just needs to keep it together.
He could fall off his skis and get a break in his shoulder.
Yeah, he's already had that one. That's put him out for 2 months, remember?
But Latvala trying to stay focused today, trying to stay on the pace, absolutely desperate to hold on to that third place. And Mikko Hirvonen, well, he inherited second place, and he's very comfortable in second place, but he'll be looking to find some pace today, Julian. Really a long way off the pace during the course of the first 2 days. And my goodness, look at those crowds.
There's so many people there. It's great for the sport to see so many people out supporting these drivers. But as you said, Colin, Mikko's pace has been a little bit bizarre. He was really on it in Argentina, and now this weekend he just doesn't seem to be there.
It's just not there at all, over 2 minutes behind the lead, but doing what he has to do, holding on to that second place, securing driver's points for himself and manufacturer's points for Citroën if he can keep it all together today. But back to the start, this is the battle we've been watching today, Julian. It's the battle between this man, Peter Solberg, and Sebastian Loeb. 10.2 seconds in it. Big ask for Peter Solberg.
It's a huge ask, but he's got to give it a go at the start, in my opinion. Maybe give it a couple of stages and see what happens.
Well, I think as we're going to find out, he didn't get a couple of stages, did he? Didn't get too far into this first one.
No, it's so quick, so committed, and it's very, very easy for it to all go wrong.
Well, Solberg still in the stage, back on the start line though, Sebastian Loeb. He's been in this position before, leading the rally many times at the start of day 3. He knows how to deal with the pressure of having a driver behind him chasing him down.
Well, that's it. It's all Loeb just seems to be able to manage everything so well. Tyres, a rally, the whole lot. It's just a complete package. He lets them come at him when he's not happy. He lets them just take the time. Then he just decides to snatch it back in the next one.
How wide this road is as well, Jules.
Also the cleaning line there as well, which is why the road positions are reversed nowadays.
Makes it so much easier, not that he needs any help. Back to Peter Solberg now. He was pushing, we know he was pushing, Jules, but it does go wrong for him.
Narrow section here, let's just listen and watch. Just a little bit wide there, and just clip the one bank, put him into the other.
And he's taken a wheel off, and that is game over for Peter Solberg. That's a huge personal disappointment. It's a huge disappointment for Ford as well.
That's it. It lets this man off the hook if he was ever on it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Sebastian Loeb, he never makes those kind of mistakes, or he rarely makes those kind of mistakes. Now, there is Solberg on the right-hand side. At this point now, Sebastian Loeb knows, I've got this in hand.
I mean, that's
and
it.
He's got his head in his hands. Desperate disappointment.
That's it. I mean, Loeb now.
Flat out since the first stage until this one, and now it's completely different. But yeah, at the moment we've done a perfect race, pushing very hard, avoiding the mistakes.
So much passion for what I'm doing, and I want to win. And then I hit the bank, and I hit the other side, and I took the wheel off, and I feel really bad. I feel sorry for all the four guys, and you know, working hard. But people have to understand, we want to win.
Well, with Solberg out, Loeb's lead stands at just under 2 minutes, and suddenly his Citroën team are once again on course for a second consecutive 1-2 finish, with Hirvonen up to second, while Latvala moves into the final podium spot. Well, what a turnaround for the French team. They could be on for another formation finish, but don't forget, this is the Acropolis Rally, and the Citroën boys can't relax just yet, but you guys can. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to the Acropolis Rally, where the brutal Greek roads have wrecked both Works Ford's hopes of victory. Instead, once again, Sebastian Loeb has been left way out in front and in control. Well, it's on to stage 19, New Pizia. And Jules, this man, Martin Prokop, he is having a great run of form just now, and he has a great Acropolis Rally.
That's it. I mean, this is going to be his third top 5 finish in a row. I mean, I wouldn't have expected that.
Absolutely. Mads Osberg struggled a little bit this weekend, certainly on the Friday with the balance of the car. But as we expect from Osberg now, keeping it all together, not really making any big mistakes.
Well, gone is the Mads Osberg. He's now a lot more consistent. Maybe not so happy with his pace, but the results are good.
And here's Jari-Matti Latvala. You have to say a good return to the WRC for him after that skiing incident where he damaged his shoulder. Big disappointments, though, yesterday for him.
That's it, with this puncture here yesterday. Just such a disappointment. You watch the pace and the speed here. What you've got to remember is he's been out for 2 months as well.
And his compatriot, Mikko Hirvonen, well, so far a tough weekend for him, but he has to keep it together. He's up to second place now, a long way behind Sebastian Loeb, and Mikko Hirvonen has got a good gap between himself and Jari-Matti Latvala, but I don't know, he really does need to find a little more pace, Jules.
That's it. I mean, you watch him, and when you watch it, it looks absolutely flat out. And then you see the stage time at the end, and you're amazing that he's not the quickest.
But this man certainly is the quickest. Sebastian Loeb, well, he's only got, what, 3 more stages to go to take the victory here, Jules. Nothing can really go wrong for him, can it?
No. I mean, he's as I touched on earlier, he just manages everything brilliantly. When it's not great, he just backs off. But just watch the concentration on him.
Well, no change in position then after stage 19. Loeb's lead stands at just over 2 minutes from his teammate Hirvonen, with Latvala now on course for a consolation podium finish. It's been a disastrous morning for the Ford team. Latvala, their only remaining car following Solberg's exit. While over at Citroën, Sebastian Loeb and Mikko Harvinen are under no pressure at all.
For sure, we are in a good position now. We can take it easy in the stages, so hopefully it will be okay.
How are the stages?
The stages are good. It was some nice stages today, so no problem.
I haven't really been in the pace I wanted to, but then I took it a bit steady, and surprisingly we are now in second place. So okay, if we can finish it like this, it would be really good for Citroën. It's a big lead for Seb, and I'm safely in second place, so I'm sure I can finish in this position if everything works.
I started first stage very well, no problems, good feeling to drive. Then when Petter retired, then I started to back off a bit and try to make sure that I just get to the finish.
Well, Harvinen on his way out of the Lutraki service park for the last time then, while the Citroën mechanics give the rally leaders DS3 one final check over before the last push. Back out to stage 20 and 21 then, Julian. Young Thierry Neuville had a few issues this weekend, but doing a good job.
That's it, some transmission problems, but it's the first rally he's going to complete this year without the Rally 2 rules, and that's progress. He is quick, and we know it. He just needs to string it all together.
And on his first visit to the Acropolis, that's exactly what he wanted to do. Up front, Mikko Harvinen off the line. Yeah, what more can we say about Harvinen? He is neat, he is tidy. Not quite the pace this weekend, but totally reliable.
That's what he was employed to do by Citroën. Bring it home every weekend. That's what he's done. It's just incredible. He is there all the time.
He really is. He's one of the most consistent, if not the most consistent driver in the championship.
The roads are pretty smooth here, but there's some big ruts, though. And look at the clean line, which is obviously what they wanted to try and get into.
And back to our rally leader, Joe Sebastian Loeb, heading into the last two stages before the power stage. Really nothing to concern them, but maybe there is. Let's watch this.
That's it, Loeb picking up a puncture. Only 3 Ks in, very, very quickly deciding, okay, I've got to stop and change this. The roads are too rough. He changed it, minute and 40-odd seconds lost, back on the road. It gave us some excitement, though.
It certainly did give us some excitement, but here we go. Let's hear from Mikko Harvinen.
Well, I was just saving my tires through the whole stage, so I wanted to make sure I have a good tire for the power stage. And, that's all I did.
Well, Mikko not getting too excited just there. The huge gap between himself and Sebastian Loeb really before this stage, giving Sebastian Loeb the opportunity to change that tyre and get back on it again and still hold on to the lead.
Had a puncture. I don't know where. On the rear left. After 3 kilometers, I said to Daniel, puncture. And yeah. So we decided to change immediately the wheel because after 17 kilometers, I don't know exactly how long it's the stage. It's impossible to finish in Acropolis without to break anything. So I changed immediately and I pushed after.
He uses his head, doesn't he, Julian Sebastian Loeb? No second thoughts. He wasn't going to drag that car through the stage and risk the damage. Stopping, changing it. Cool as you like.
That's it. Can be so frustrating for this man. They all have problems. When Loeb has it, it's when there's no pressure on.
Well, you could say the same thing for Petter Solberg. He'll also be incredibly frustrated. But don't forget, Solberg made that mistake on Thursday night with a tyre choice, and that cost him probably 14 seconds to Loeb. But very frustrating for both the Ford drivers this weekend.
Fortunately for them, Latvala currently in 3rd place.
And that's a good return for him after time out the car.
That's it. He hasn't been on the podium, I think, since Sweden.
Long, long time ago for Jari-Matti Latvala, but looking good on the final day here. After all that, Sebastian Loeb's lead over Mikko Harvinen falls to 38.7 seconds with just 1 stage remaining. Meanwhile, Jari-Matti is in a comfortable 3rd, but once again, Ford will be reeling at their misfortune this weekend. And Joe's Rally Acropolis is around the PWRC, and this is the British lady driver, Louise Cook.
Basically for us, this year's about experience, so I'm trying to get around all the stages, and being parked up in service and super rallies is no good for me, so I'm taking it easy, learning a lot with pace notes, But, you know, we're going steady and I'm just trying not to hit any big rocks and my eyes are on stalks.
Well, good to see Louise in the PWRC this year. But Jules, on to the final stage of the rally, stage 22. It's the power stage.
That's it. Latvala currently on the podium, but I tell you what, he desperately needs those 3 points for winning this stage. And I tell you what, all of them won them, but Jari-Matti on a massive push.
He's got to salvage something, hasn't he, after the problems yesterday, after the problems that Ford have had all weekend, and he really does want to take the maximum 3 points here in the power stage. You can see his windscreen wipers on there, a little bit of rain.
It's at least we are on the podium after a long time, which is really good. It's a big thing for me to be on the podium first of all. But also, I have learning a bit about the fighting with the lope. I need to be a little bit more clever in the future.
Well, all in all, a good comeback for Jari-Matti Latvala. But here we go, Mikko Hirvonen and Sebastian Loeb, two drivers still to come. Hirvonen heading into the power stage in second place.
And under strict orders to just keep it steady and make sure you get there, that is for sure. As you say, just a small, and it was a small amount of rain, nothing to worry about. The dust, it didn't dampen it down.
Nothing to worry about in particular for this man, Sebastian Loeb, heading towards victory number 71, his third victory here in Greece. He has been imperious this weekend.
He never ceases to amaze me, this guy. He never tires of winning. After all the championships, all the wins, he's absolutely phenomenal.
And he never breaks under pressure.
Not when and his rivals do, don't they? That's it, it's over.
Remarkable performance for Sebastian Loeb and Daniel Elena. The confirmation there that Loeb takes 3 bonus points to add to the 25 he scores for the overall win. Latvala and Hirvonen taking extra points for finishing in the top 3.
Sebastian, end of Rally Acropolis. I don't think I've seen you celebrate a victory so much. I mean, that's been some win.
But it has been so long and so difficult that it was incredible. We had also a puncture in the morning, so we had to fight really hard since the start, and to make all the points with the power stage 2 is really good.
I mean, you've absorbed all the pressure from everybody. Petter, Jari-Matti, they've all fallen off the road, they've had problems. How do you keep doing this?
Try to keep my rhythm, not to do 110%, just to do what I feel, and keep the car on the road, try to manage a bit the tires and the car when it's too rough. I think the others have done a really good rally also. You can say that Jari-Matti and Petter were really fast, but sometimes it can happen for sure.
Well, 2 wins in a row for Loeb then, and also consecutive 1-2 results for Citroën. Hirvonen finishing exactly 40 seconds behind his teammate, while Latvala claims his first podium finish since February. Elsewhere, strong results again for Osberg and Martin Prokop. And it's been yet another imperious display from the world champion, though, and he's soon welcomed back to the service by his delighted Citroën team.
It's a great victory, especially after the battle we had with the 2 Fords. It was really difficult. We had to fight on the limit all the time, and a puncture today in the morning, then also the power stage, so that's really a great result for the team with Mikko second is incredible.
A little bit different than Argentina, a big battle all the weekend, and that's very nice, very important. But at the end, the same result, and I will say thanks to the team. We did a big job on the car to be able to do a rally like that. On the tempo was very high and without any problem on the car.
Well, Loeb's maximum score and Petter's first blank of the season has seen Seb pull out a huge lead in the championship. It's also now a Citroën 1-2 in the title race. Hirvonen is 30 points behind his teammate, with Solberg slipping to 4th. And it's been a crushing blow for Ford in the manufacturer's standings in Greece. The gap to Citroën now extended to 73 points. Well, Loeb and Daniel Elena claim their 3rd win on the Acropolis Rally, the toughest event of them all. Alongside the Casino Loutraki Resort, the celebrations have already begun. A very different event awaits the WRC crews for round 7 as we travel to the opposite side of the planet for the flowing cambered roads of Rally New Zealand. The pressure on Ford to fight back in the land of the long white cloud is intense. They can take hope from the pace shown by both their drivers through a bruising Acropolis rally. Make sure you join us in a month's time to witness the Blue Oval response.